Hi everyone, NFL Week 1 is upon us, and myself, my two best friends here, Robbie and Brady, we are going to be doing a spread league this year on the YouTube channel. How this will work is, each one of us three have 5 picks, with one of them being our survivor pick. This is going to be again, NFL spreads. It's not just pick 'em, it's covering the spread. So if the Browns and Panthers, when it says 1.5, that means the Panthers must win by 2 points or more. That's essentially what that means, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and go first. My first pick is going to be the Pittsburgh Steelers. One of my Blazing 5 is the Pittsburgh Steelers for NFL Week 1 for covering the spread. The reason why is because, yes, Pittsburgh might not be the so-called sexiest team, but they do have enough to, I think, cover the spread. I think that 6.5 points, which really means you can lose by 6 or less. If you can't keep this game at least close, it's going to be a long season. I'm not saying you have to win the game, but you got to keep it close. If not, it's going to be a long season for the Steelers. Next one I'm going with is a similar one, similar spread. The New York Giants on the road versus the Titans. I'm going to get a lot of shit for this one. I see Brady nodding his head already. The New York Giants, I honestly think it really just comes down to the Titans not being that great. We saw Ryan Tannehill in the divisional round. He had A.J. Brown, he had Julio Jones, the weapons, and he just folded. The Tennessee Titans, yeah, they have Mike Vrabel, but I think 5.5 is too much for two teams that honestly, yeah, they had the number 1 seed Titans or whatever, but it doesn't matter. It's like, I feel like they're not good enough to get that 5.5 spread covered. And again, remember guys, no A.J. Brown. It's going to really be Robert Woods step up, Trayvon Burks. Coming in for the next one, I am going with the Chicago Bears. I'm probably getting a lot of crap for this one as well. George Kittle had an alert that he's probably going to be out for the game. So at the end of the day, there's no George Kittle. Trey Lance's first start of the season, first career game where he kind of knows I'm the starter now. I really just feel like for the Niners, they had the better team, but you're going to the Windy City and at 6.5 points, I am going to take the Chicago Bears plus 6.5. Coming in for the next one, I am going to go ahead and go with the Miami Dolphins. I have decided to swing over, guys. I just think that 2.5 points is a pick-em game, minus 2.5 for the Dolphins. You add Tyreek Hill, you add Teron Armstead. I just think, you're at home. If you're not going to win by 3 or more versus the Patriots, it's going to be a long season. You can't beat the Pats. Yeah, it's a little bit of a bold take here. You're not going to be able to beat the Bills. It's just what it is. For my survivor pick, the one that matters the most, to advance to Week 2, I'm going with the Baltimore Ravens. Joe Flacco is the starter, 37 years old. I don't like the Jets' chance to even make it even close. It should be a 10-plus spread. Joe Flacco, I don't know how the spread is still 7.5. We have 7.5. The Ravens must win by 8 or more for me to advance. And with that, over to Robbie.
Really putting me on the spot.
All right, here's Robbie, guys.
So, my first pick. Oh, that's Brady's. My first pick. I just think I agree with Matt. Steelers.
All right, Steelers for his first pick.
Plus 6.5. I just feel like that defense is definitely way better than the Bengals. I think the Bengals definitely improved the offensive line, but at the same time, the Steelers got the better coach. I don't know. I just feel like they always find a way to sneak in, and I feel like even though Big Ben is had more experience, I just feel like their offensive playbook with Trubisky can expand a little bit, and it will even more with Pickett. It'll probably honestly could end up being a 2 field goal game. I don't think that's going to be exactly a blowout either way, but I'm riding with Tomlin. Anytime I've doubted him, I'm usually wrong.
Okay.
For my second pick, I'm trying to figure out which order I want to do these in. I'm going to have to say the Saints. 5.5 is one of the bigger spreads of the week for opening, and it is a division rivalry. However, I watched all those times Tom Brady had a tough time with that defense in the regular season. I believe he's 0-4 as a Buccaneer. Not in the playoffs. They won the playoff game. But they gave Tom Brady living hell. And the idea that Marcus Mariota is going to keep it close, I just think is complete bullshit. I think this could be like over a 10-point differential. I'm high on the Saints. I think they could be maybe a 6 seed. Maybe that's kind of where I just think that defense is good. Jameis is healthy. Michael Thomas is back. Kamara's not suspended. I'm rolling with the Saints.
Thomas is playing?
As far as I know, yeah.
Okay, got it. All right, and Olave. Okay, next one.
And Landry, too.
Yep, Landry.
For my third one, I'm riding with the Eagles.
Okay.
A lot of people are really high on the Lions this year just because of their coach. I think a lot of it's hard knocks. I think it's kind of exciting. It's kind of fun. Dan Campbell is a good coach. He's kind of a tough guy. However, I just think these kind of offenses might take a little bit to kind of get going. I mean, there's still a good quarterback away from having like a good offense. There's like a little more than it's still around average, I think. Swift, healthy, might have a good year. Goff, you just don't really know. Jameis Williams, I don't know when he's going to be healthy. But I just think the Eagles, overall, their offensive line is there. Their defense is there. Improved the secondary within the last week. Jalen Hurts is set up to have a big year with A.J. Brown. Devontae Smith another year. And I think Sirianni, I did not expect them to make the playoffs last year at all. I think that was the surprise team last year. They're going to take the division, I think 11, 12 wins. I'm starting off 1-0. My next pick, I'm trying to think. I kind of want to be bold, but I kind of like, for record reasons, I'm going Buccaneers. Here is why.
And wait, is that your survivor pick?
Oh, oops. No, it's not.
All right, so his normal pick. So that is not a survivor pick, folks. That is just a regular season pick. Go ahead.
I truly just feel like the Buccaneers, their offensive line got a little worse. So that's a negative. But I think the Cowboys, losing Amari Cooper is huge.
And Gallup's out.
Gallup is out. And they also lost Albert Wilson to the Dolphins. So I think that's all big. I think Mike McCarthy he's not it. I think he fucking sucks. Their defense, I don't know. Even Diggs is having a really, these clips are all going viral of him getting beat out by like practice squad guys. He was playing too aggressive, that's why he's getting all the interceptions. Now he's playing too hesitant, so he's getting beat speed-wise. I think, even their depth is pretty good at wide receiver for the Buccaneers. I don't know. I think 1.5. I just think you're picking the winner. They're the better team. I like Todd Bowles. We still got Leftwich. I'm rolling Buccaneers. Best quarterback of all time. And my lock pick.
To advance to week 2, who does he have?
The lock. And Drew Lock was not the lock to be the starter after the big trade. I'm rolling with the Broncos.
Wow.
I truly think this could be a 2-touchdown game.
Russell Wilson's return.
I feel like the Seahawks, you might have an 0-17 year. This might be the first. I think they suck. Their strength on the team is the wide receivers. However, Geno Smith quarterback, I don't know. I think Pete Carroll sucks. They lost Wagner too. That defense is getting older as it's been going, but they're losing people also. I just don't see it. And that's a horrible offensive line too. Lost Carson in the offseason. The Broncos had that defense. Even their offensive line is a little better. I love their secondary. Russell Wilson, revenge game. Yeah. Get ready for a bloodbath.
All right, Rod. Thank you so much. Brady, over to you.
I gotta hold the...
I don't like fluctuate.
All right, guys. So my picks, there's going to be a lot of similar ones, except for this first one here. My first pick is going to actually be the Rams, plus 2.5 against the Bills. Reigning Super Bowl champs are 10-5-1 in the last 16 home openers. I'm rolling with the Rams. No Trey White's going to hurt the Bills tonight, and I just think McVay will have to McDermott by a large margin tonight.
I had him for the same reasons, but I do not have him as my. I don't know. I just think they're both really great teams. I don't think it's a top 5 guarantee for me.
Fair enough. Moving on, Eagles. I think that the Lions are going to be really good this year. I love their coach. I just think the Eagles are going to be a lot better. I think it's going to be like a 27-20 type of game, 27-17. Now, this all depends on Jalen Hurts. If they cannot get it done against the Lions here, then my hopes for the division kind of go down a little bit. So I'm hoping to see a lot from Sirianni and the Eagles on Sunday. My next pick, seems like this is the most popular pick. Steelers plus 6.5. Guys, it's still the Steelers. Mitchell Trubisky, whatever, I get it. Defense, top 5 still. Najee Harris, great weapons. They're going to cover this. They're not going to lose by a touchdown or more to the Bengals. They're going to keep it within one possession.
They might be able to implement more bootleg this year with Trubisky also. I think that might help.
Yes. My next game is actually the Bucks. I think that one's a fairly easy one for me, -1.5. It's a pick-em game at that point. They win by 1, unlucky. But no, Tom Brady's going to get it done in the early weeks. He did it last year. He'll do it again this year. He didn't cover last year. However, he did beat the Cowboys. And I think that's what happens on Sunday night. And now, what you've all been waiting for, my survivor pick. And I am going with the New Orleans Saints, baby. Plus 5.5. They will easily, or -5.5. They will easily cover this. This is going to be a 31-10 game.
Wow.
31-17 maybe.
I like
Come
it.
on, guys. The Falcons, I mean, really? Drake London, what's he going to do? Him alone? Who do they have on defense? Deion Jones? I used to love Deion Jones. However, he's taking a step down. I think the Saints have a top 5 defense in the NFL. I think Jameis Winston has a lot of potential to be good. Alvin Kamara is going to be there. They're getting Michael Thomas, Chris Olave, and they have a few other weapons. Adam Trautman. O-line is still very good. No Terran Armstead. I get that, but come on, guys. This has got to be your lock pick for the week. And then with that concludes the board. Robbie, if you want to show them our board.
Yeah, guys, real quick before we get going here, look at the games that are untouched. We have the Packers, Vikings, essentially a pick-em.
I think that one, I'll go out in there and say it. I think that should be the Vikings win.
Yeah,
I just think
I'm not confident enough, though, to say it.
they're at home. I think the division's going to be theirs. I think they both will end up around 12 wins. I just feel like, and the new look offense, there's no tape on the offense. So that's kind of what I'm feeling, too. The Packers, I don't know.
I think one thing that shocked me was how no one else went with the Dolphins.
That was my 6th pick.
You guys did seem very confident in that for 2.5.
I'm confident.
I just felt better about the other ones.
Okay.
Confident in 4 other games.
I think Mac Jones is not going to have a great year.
I think that the offense is going to take a step down. But
Guys, we're going to go ahead and go from there, and we will post the standings every week. All right, bye, guys.